focus. Power overwhelming.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's Remastered. Today in Eclipse, it's going to be Bisu and Sn0w, a PvP of the highest proportions. Here on Eclipse, top right, it's gonna be our guy Sn0w, the shorter barcode. And in the bottom left, it's Bisu, our longer barcode. RJB sent me this replay, and when he sends me replays, that's a mirror matchup with a 2 barcode player setup. He knows to let me know which barcode is who. So thank you, RJB. I do appreciate it for sending me all these replays. Check them out. youtube.com/@RJB_TV. Okay, what is this going to be? A PvP. What it's going to contain? It's going to be Dragoons. It's going to be a lot of dropping, man. High Templar drops. Reaver drops. Drops. So we'll have to check it out and see where the drops will show up. Who can defend them a lot. We've got Archons. We've got Reavers at the front lines as well. And maybe a few Zealots mixed in to buffer for all of those high damage units. So hey, look, it's a mirror matchup. I don't cast these so often, but we need to sprinkle them in because mirror matchups are part of StarCraft as well. I do feel like PvP is my favorite mirror matchup. ZVZ in general is pretty boring in my opinion, unless it goes past like the 15-minute mark and then it becomes very, very exciting, but that does not happen very often, right? TVT is fun, you guys. The stare at tank lines for 20 minutes, that meta is over. Now we've got drops, bypassing tank lines, dropping inside the main base, killing factories, and then counter-dropping the other player goes. So it's very exciting. Yeah, TVT's in a good place these days. So both players scouting out at the same time. No little boop on the snoot there for these probes. Cyber core, and look, it's a cyber core, and it's gas. A little bit later on his gas is Bisu. That can mean a lot, especially at this high level. Probe scouts in, great. Probe scouts in, great. Says, hey, they're doing the exact same build. Look at this, man. Both players getting a Zealot while the cyber core finishes. Cybercore finishes a little bit earlier from Sn0w. Oh no, from Bisu. I apologize. Look at that. Bisu's was a little bit faster. Zealots chasing probes around the base. Good luck with that. Zealots are slow. Probes are fast. Now we get Dragoon production, and now everything is extremely samey. But eventually we'll see a diversion in that production tab. Eventually we will see somebody go for a fast robo or a second gate. Maybe the other player goes for an expansion instead. Right, the decisions that are made here right now determine a lot of how the game is going to go. And here it is. Look at this. Yeah, so Sn0w goes for a Citadel, and then Dragoon range gets started from Bisu instead. Cool. So look, Dragoon range is going to be awesome fighting other Dragoons. And if your enemy is going for speed Zealots, that can kind of keep your Dragoons away from Sn0w's. It's a chess match. It's always a chess match. Got to figure out what your opponent's trying to do, try to counter it, try to do something they don't see coming. And that's why it's fun. And that's why it's so fun to play StarCraft. And it is a robo for Bisu. So Bisu taps up the robo. Is that going to be for Reavers? Is he worried about DTs, perhaps, and he wants detection? DTs can be a big part of this matchup for sure. Yeah, for how fast probes are, Dragoons are a teeny bit faster. And I guess if you juke around, you also die. Yeah, never mind. That was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Probe. Ooh, maybe hiding some tech here from Bisu. And there's the expansion from Sn0w. All right, cool. So Sn0w decides that he's going to defend with, I guess, Storm? Not getting Zealot legs. He is throwing a Templar Archives and getting a Forge behind it. I mean, the thing about hiding tech in this matchup is that observers are really good at scouting. And it's not like your opponent's going to be able to scan the main base and not scan up here because there are no scans. There's no Terrans here. There's the observatory. He is so worried about DTs. Which is, you know what, fair actually, because they're on the way. I was like, the Temple Archives, how do we defend? Oh, right. DT's pretty good at defending against attacks if the enemy doesn't have obs, but guess who has an observatory? Maybe a miscalculation here by Sn0w. Maybe Sn0w assumed that Bisu would not have observers. And DTs would be able to keep his second base alive. Dude, Bisu is really setting up for some kind of a crazy attack here, isn't he? He's got a shuttle. He's getting a robotic support bay. He's going to show up with a bunch of Dragoons and a Reaver and some obs, and he's going to try to kill Sn0w here. This is getting intense. DT scouting out. A good scouter is a DT too. Because anything that's permanently cloaked is going to be a good scouter. Tis the nation. Tis the nation? Tis the notion of the StarCraft. Wants to make sure that Sn0w doesn't know there's not a second base here from Bisu, so that's good. In fact, that is great. Keeping information from your opponent is an incredible way to play. Now, DT is going to show up. You've had the ability to make an obs this whole time. Oh, he skipped it. He skipped obs. No! You had an observatory and simply didn't build an observer. Oh my gosh. He deserves to lose these probes. Look at the probes messing with his pathing here. Messing with his attack setup. Oh my gosh. Sn0w's going to win this. Sn0w's going to win it. We're at 6 minutes and Sn0w's going to win it. Dude, Bisu, you had an observatory. You had an observatory and you didn't make a single observer. So this Dan the DT's got 13 kills before he gets picked out. It's 10 probes for Bisu, and that's your GG. We're done. We're done. Because Bisu couldn't be bothered to make a single obs. He wanted to rush out the shuttle and rush out the Reaver and rush out the ability to go on offense and was like, it's probably not a DT opening. Bisu, that hurts. All right, Bisu says, gotta go get something done now. Here we go. It's 37 to 10 workers in favor of Sn0w. Sn0w can lose like 20 probes today in this game, and he'll probably be fine from this point. So, Reaver pressure's a problem. Trying to kill that shuttle, because if the shuttle dies, dude, he doesn't have ranged Dragoons here. This actually... this might work out okay for Bisu. If he can kill the second base and kind of probe up back home. He is not probing up back home, but Storm trying to save the day here. Good Storm, good dodging. Cannons are not good against Dragoons, as we know. This cannon doing its best. But yeah, I think this natural base is just going to die. The probes need to get out of here, and going up that ramp is a dicey proposition, but that's the best thing they can do. And they do. All right, so suddenly this is getting extremely chaotic. Are there any... No, nothing else is happening back here. It's 11 probes. And Bisu is way up in army supply. As we can see by doing basic math, Dragoons come out of the gateways and they immediately die. Zealots come out of the gateways. They do better here. Dude, that shuttle staying alive. Barely staying alive. Oh, he gets it. He gets the Reaver. He gets the Reaver. Okay, so the Reaver's dead. The shuttle's going to die here soon. It looks like it's a hold. It looks like it's barely a hold here from Sn0w. He's producing more Dragoons. He's producing 6 at a time. And he saved the natural. He saved 25 of his probes. And I think he's okay. Man, another round of Dragoons shows up here from Bisu, though. It's an incredible micro-fast of epic proportions here in this PvP. I might give this thing an epic tag. What a game it's been. Probes got to get pulled off the line. 6 Dragoons in production for Sn0w, but they're not here yet. And there they are. They come out of the gates. The defender's advantage is so nice in situations like these. Now I think Bisu's just losing steam. He's down about 11 probes. He doesn't have a second base. Sn0w's back mining from his natural. This Dragoon's got 5 kills, and this one has 4. Good Dragoon play today. But that's it. It's over. It's over. I think Bisu's done. I don't know what he does to follow it up. He brings a new Reaver over. That's one thing you can do. But look how injured this shuttle is. It's got 7 hit points. Yeah, it's got all its shields, but shields go down so fast. Protoss fans know. Protoss fans really understand that. Still no expansion from Bisu. This is... wow. This is something today. There's no way. I just don't think Bisu can pull it off from here. If he'd killed the natural base and killed maybe 10 more probes, everything would be so much better. But, dude, it is 28 to 14 workers, 2 base to 1. Sn0w thinks about coming in for the kill to finish it, but also there's a Reaver there, so he says, all right, let's set up on the high ground. If Bisu wants to come out and attack us, he's going to be in a disadvantageous position. And if he tries to expand, he's going to fall back too far behind in army value. And he's done. So I'm just trying to see if there's a way forward for Bisu. There sure doesn't seem like there is, does there, folks? Tap that like button, by the way. Just helps the algorithm know that I'm here. Good. Wait, where did that army go? Oh, what? Bisu gets a couple of free Dragoon kills here. Zealot's fallen back. These Dragoons kind of like in a flanking position. Trying to get more cannons up just to defend. Bisu is so all in here. It is disgusting. I don't usually cast games like this. You guys know that. But my goodness, they are exciting. High ground Dragoons. There is an OB spotting the high ground for Bisu, though. Reaver says, your cannons belong to me. 2 Reavers say your cannon belongs to me. Shuttle is bait. Psystorm, good. Reaver taking shots here. Oh, Psystorm, the shuttle does go down to a Psystorm. Reavers are really exposed, but one of them does go down. I thought 2 Reavers maybe be able to crush this thing, but 1 Reaver probes again, evacuating from the natural base. There is nothing expanding back home from Bisu. He needs to win this thing now. Like I said, maybe kill 10 more probes, take down the natural base. Is that enough to do it here? Sn0w, high ground in it. He's producing 3 Dragoons at a time. Stop me if you've heard this one. Bisu's making more Reavers, so it's Psystorm versus Reaver of the splash damage of choice here. Archon coming in. Dragoons are injured. He target fires the injured one. Great micro from Sn0w there. Archon taking some Dragoon shots before it actually finishes the summoning or the merging. And he comes down and gets no hits off, but he did tank a lot of damage, which is big in situations like this. This guy comes from the backside somewhere. He was hiding out on the map. But it looks like Sn0w is held, and Bisu's tried to break him several times here today and just never quite able to get the damage that he needs to do. Another Dragoon down. 29, 30 to 16 workers. He's got more Dragoons in production. 6 of them, in fact. My goodness. So more probes are dying, but the Nexus is not going to die. 3 to 2, bringing more Dragoons. Starting to kind of get mined out over here. I mean, maybe another 5 or 6 minutes on that before they really start getting low here on Eclipse. But yeah, 2 bases. No Psystorm that's really that mobile here from Sn0w. Okay, man, the Reaver shots are big. Sn0w's done a really good job handling the Reavers as much as you can. Another Reaver is on the way. Dude, Bisu. Bisu believes. He believes so hard in his own capabilities, and you gotta respect it. You have to respect the belief that he has in his own abilities because, wow. He is looking in so much trouble, but look at this. I think Sn0w just thinks he can hold back home and get in here and kill every one of these workers from Bisu and the new Reaver and maybe depower the Robos, and then maybe Bisu's dead. Sn0w's like, I can defend forever, or I can go on the rampage. Oh, that Reaver's taking Psystorm and Reaver shots, and Dragoon shots, but is alive. Nevertheless, I don't know why we're taking the Cyber Core down. That doesn't seem like a fine place to be. No, he lost it. He lost the Reaver. No, Bisu, he lost the Reaver. That was the key to everything he was trying to do. Probe's trying to perform a citizen's arrest over here, but that's not happening. Dragoons, look, guys, you're doing great. You are, but there's no money back home. There are no reinforcements. It's 0 to 36 on the worker count, and GG Sn0w is our winner in 15 minutes and 23 seconds. Wow. Wow. What a ridiculous PvP for your Tuesday. That was awesome. PvPs, man, they're fun. There are going to be people who are going to skip this because they're like, I don't like PvPs. Not really a PvP guy. Oh, that's what we're talking about, though. Sn0w just kind of outclassing Bisu here today, getting that second base down, holding it, not losing too many probes, and then Bisu just one base, Dragoon Reavering. Not an upgrade to be seen in this game. No one had any attack or armor upgrades. I don't think Bisu even made a forge, and I think the forge is solely for cannons for Sn0w. PvP, man. Sometimes it gets tight. Sometimes it gets a knife fight and a phone booth crazy, and that's what this was. ZVZ's not the only one that has this situation. TVT does it too. Anyway, GG, man. That was great. Super fun. Super fun. 68,000 to 61,000 points in favor of Sn0w. He outproduced by a 2-to-1 ratio, and this game still went 15 minutes. Because look at that kill. 86 to 67. Bisu killed so much more stuff, but only had the one base is the problem. The outspend was pretty massive too. So GG, Bisu knew what he was doing, and it didn't work. So we say GG, and we try again another day. All right, GG, and that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.